Ashford Publishing is pleased to present an interview with multi-award-winning author, teacher, and business director Claire Power Murphy. Claire, tell us about the awards your book Preserved to Serve has received.
Preserved to Serve has won 5 awards, the first being Female Autobiography of the Year 2008 from Page One Lit, which is the #1 literary newsletter on the net. Another award in 2008 was won as a Christian inspiration, and that was from Best Books News USA. And then I won 3 awards in 2010 from International Book Awards, and they are in Best New Nonfiction and also General Health, and the final one in Self-Help Motivation. And the interesting thing about this recognition is that it's in different areas across the boards, which is a perfect example of the power behind a balanced blood chemistry so that it can catch a full picture.
Why do you believe it was named Female Autobiography of the Year 2008?
I believe that Preserved to Serve was named Female Autobiography of the Year because it offers hope to everyone that no matter what condition we're in, we can excel to levels hitherto considered impossible.
What recognition have you received as an author?
Well, I am currently the #1 author in health and fitness, healthy living, medical, and preventive medicine on Filed By, which is the #1 website for books and authors on the net. I am also a featured author on Author's Den. I'm a featured author on SPANET, which is the Independent Publishers Association of North America. I'm a featured author on Polka Dot Banner, where I will be writing a blog to encourage other writers in the health field in ways to market their books and get their message out. And I'm a featured author on I Can Transform.
How did Preserved to Serve come to be written?
About a year after my release from the home, on a rainy day, I happened to pass by the hospital where I had been held for 10 days. As the weather worsened and caused me to seek shelter, I found myself back in the hospital and getting my records. It was amazing to see that my blood chemistry had slipped across the boards for my entire stay. It was then that I knew that a book needed to be written and that we must come to honor that the life is in the blood and to nourish it accordingly.
Was it an easy task?
It was challenging to produce irrefutable evidence in exact detail. Worse than that, it was extraordinarily upsetting to relive the many tragedies of my life.
What was the result for you?
Unexpectedly, I was released from the baggage I had carried for years, thus opening the door to help others.
What are your certifications?
I possess a lifetime 6-year certificate in administration and supervision, which entitles me to administer at all levels of the public school system in New York State. I am also certified in hydrotherapy and grief therapy. The chaplain of Florida Hospital wanted me to work with him because I was the star of his grief therapy class, mainly because I had so much tragedy in my own life. It is now that I can identify with the suffering of others and can help them alleviate it.
What awards and recognition have you received?
I am the featured member of Premier Who's Who Registries, where I have been named Renaissance Woman of the Year 2010 to 2011 and Humanitarian of the Year 2011 to 2012, and also Diamond VIP Professional of the Year 2011 to 2012, up to the highest honor, Presidential Award winner. In addition, I am Cambridge Who's Who Top Industry Expert, representing health, wellness, and nutrition in the Executive Spotlight and first chapter of Cambridge's 2010 publication Top 101 Industry Experts, and Cambridge Who's Who Connect featured member, where I have created many featured groups, obtaining recognition from Donald Trump Jr., who is the Executive Director of Global Branding and Networking for Cambridge Who's Who. Further, the National Association of Professional Women has named me Woman in the Spotlight and VIP Woman of the Year. I am to appear in an Ashford Publishing newsletter feature. I have been named by prestigious National Honor Society, National and International Executive Professional of the Year 2010 to 2011, and Renaissance Professional of the Decade to be on the cover of the 2011 Alumni Registry. And my favorite recognition is from exclusive Remington Registry, Lifetime Achievement Award with a 2-page biography in the upcoming book, Advice to Youth of America, a copy of which will be sent to all of the intermediate schools in the United States.
How did it feel to be told you had 3 days to live?
Being told I had 3 days to live caused no alarm. What produced anxiety was the fact that I would be forced into a life-destroying lifestyle.
What was your experience in the hospital and nursing home?
When I first arrived at the hospital, following a freezing cold ride in an ambulance, a catheter was inserted with no advanced warning. And then I was made a pincushion, subjected to many tests. Following a 10-day stay, I was unceremoniously transferred to a home with a diagnosis of dementia, which paved the way for the abuse I suffered at the home. The nurses insisted I take their drugs, while the nurses' aides repeatedly made fun of my being a vegetarian. I was abused verbally and physically by the aides.
What was it like to be under a doctor's care?
I found the doctors to be sympathetic and really wanting to help me. The problem was that they couldn't.
What was your experience with the New York City school system?
I was exceptionally blessed to spend 34 years of my life with the children of New York City. Each year I noticed
Claire,
less
tell us
and
about
less
the
freedom
awards your
and
book
more
Preserve
control
to
being
Serve has
exerted.
received.
I also painfully watched the ability of the children to perform diminishing.
What are your feelings on the urgent need to improve education and the critical need to improve the health of our youth?
If we do not make education and health our priority, we will have no future.
What are the 8 laws of health?
The 8 laws of health are nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, and trust in God.
What are your thoughts on childhood obesity?
The problem we are calling childhood obesity is clearly spelled out in the chapters devoted to the saga of my daughter at the hands of the medical community. On man's dietary, she ballooned and became sicker and sicker, only to level off and then improve every year on natural food. The special offered by the Self-Rejuvenation Center spells out in great detail the exact steps which were taken in order to have a child improve from the symptoms of cerebral palsy to moving towards the head of her class and graduating from LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and the Performing Arts with a scholarship in engineering, physics, and a brown belt in karate, causing one to ponder the question, what's now possible for all children?
What tips do you have for parents to encourage their children and teach them how to live a healthy lifestyle?
Parents must model moving towards a healthy lifestyle themselves if they expect their children to do so. Healthful food must be available in the home and healthful, tasty lunches provided for school.
Tell us about your passion for the well-being of the planet. How did Preserve to Serve come to be written?
I have been green since the 70s, encouraging my classes to save the rainforest and the whales.
What can you tell us about the grant-winning program you created, Expanding Horizons?
Expanding Horizons was born in a third grade advanced learner class. It was then shared with all of the teachers on Staten Island, following which it was presented at the New York Greater Metropolitan Social Studies Conference and then at the Middle Atlantic States Social Studies Conference. Subsequently, it received a grant from the American Cancer Society, even as the need for education and health reform are coming to the fore. Over 20 years ago, Expanding Horizons showed clearly that the reform belongs with the individual and the pupil, and then all else will fall into place.
As the director of the Self-Rejuvenation Center, elaborate on what is meant by self-rejuvenation.
We now have the knowledge to restore ourselves to a youthful condition.
Why have you partnered with OnlineRehabClinic.com?
Online Rehab Clinic is the first of its kind in the world. During the course of his career, Dr. Dan has treated numerous celebrities. Now, he is offering the same level of service to everyone at a much lower fee. I know that Dr. Dan is very perceptive and can tell quite quickly what is needed for a client to be released from failure addiction. It is then that I can work with them in helping them to improve every year.
What is the source of your strength and determination?
The source of all things is the Lord Jesus Christ.
What is the importance of spirituality?
True spirituality causes an individual to draw closer to God and subsequently to his fellow man. Religion alone cannot accomplish this state, but improved lifestyle can actually heighten spirituality. As an example, let me introduce you to a couple of people I study with, and they are Barrington and Lola.
With Christ at the center of our lives, as we move towards the center, towards Him, we automatically move toward each other. This song was written by George Beverly Shea, and not only does it talk about the magnificence of His great love, but of the magnitude and greatness of His creation. The Bible says we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And that is what the Self-Rejuvenation Center is all about.
And now we'll sing for you the wonder of it all.
Oh, the wonder of sunset at evening, the wonder of sunrise I see, but the wonder of wonders that thrills my soul, it's the wonder that God loves me. Oh, the wonder of it all, the wonder of it all, just to think that God loves me. Oh, the wonder of it all, the wonder of it all, just to think that God loves me. It's the wonder of springtime and harvest. The stars, the skies, the sun, but the wonder of wonders that fills my soul, it's the wonder that's only begun. Oh, the wonder of it all, the wonder of it all, just to think that God loves me. Oh, the wonder of it all, the wonder of it all, just to think that God loves me. Oh, the wonder of it all, the wonder of it all, just to think that God loves me.
How have your experiences motivated you to become an advocate for others today?
I not only don't want others to suffer my tragic experiences, but I also want them to know that we are limitless once we open ourselves up to the Creator's magnificent offerings and have the faith that they will work.
Have you gained a motto?
The father of medicine, Hippocrates, said it best, "Let food be your medicine," which renegade doctors are
Claire, tell us
approaching,
about
and
the
Dr.
awards your
Oz
book
has
Preserved to
called
Serve
the
has
future
received.
of medicine. We are there.
What are your plans for the future?
I am soon to be a guest on Ashford Publishing's unique radio program. I will continue to be a contributing editor for Women's Radio with the title of my column being Improve Every Year. I will be a host on Women's Radio with a program entitled Improve Education Every Year. I hope viewers of this video will contact me with strategies for education that have been proven to work, and perhaps become a guest as well. I am also writing another book entitled Towards the Diet for the 144,000. My greatest joy will be when tomorrow's school, modeled upon strategies proven to work, becomes a reality. Join my fan page on Facebook and work with me towards this goal by joining my group on LinkedIn, Improve Education Every Year.
How can our viewers purchase the book?
Preserve to Serve is available through all major bookstores. It is also available online through over 50 websites. Just search for it at bookfinder 4u.com. The best deal is to go to Self-Reg.com, where you may purchase a personally autographed copy of my book, along with the CD of the song it inspired, Preserved to Serve.
We hope you have not only enjoyed this interview with Claire Power Murphy, a multi-award-winning author, teacher, and business director. We also hope that you have been motivated to join us in our efforts to save both health and education. For more information, go to www.selfrej.com. This interview will conclude with the full vocal rendition of the internationally awarded song, Preserved to Serve, written and performed by award-winning singer-songwriter Terrence Allen. Preserved to Serve will be a part of the soundtrack. How did Preserved to Serve come to be written? Gold Score.
It starts way down deep in your soul, a yearning from the time you were born, longing to do what must be done. The heart takes control, fighting all adversity and scorn. We're preserved to serve one heart at a time, created in the image of God, overcoming adversity with triumph, preserved from the start with unconditional love. Like the one from the past who wore a crown, today there are those who'll take a stand against the grain when nights are hard to find. Preserve to serve all our fellow man. We're preserved to serve one heart at a time, created in the image of God, overcoming adversity with triumph, preserved from the start with unconditional love. Soldiers and all who share life's value, protecting what we take advantage of. Freedom to live a new day in the good old USA. Preserve to serve the good Lord above. We're preserved to serve one heart at a time, created in the image of God, overcoming adversity with triumph, preserved from the start with unconditional love. One heart at a time, created in the image of God, overcoming the shadows of doubt, preserved from the start, preserved to serve, preserved to serve, preserved to serve, preserved to serve.